In a peaceful countryside village, a little piglet roamed freely. Its days filled with joy and innocence. It had never known fear, never questioned the world around it. Then one day, it met a new friend, a calico cat with sharp golden eyes. Dressed in an elegant dark brown kimono, the cat smiled, warm yet unreadable, and stretched out a paw in friendship. Excited to have a companion, the piglet eagerly accepted. It never wondered why the cat's smile seemed just a little too knowing. At first, everything was fun. The cat introduced the piglet to new games, things it had never tried before. Games that, at first glance, seemed harmless. One day, the cat picked up a large wooden mallet. Raising it high, the piglet, oblivious to the shadow looming over its back, continued rooting through the soil, searching for something to eat. The cat watched with amusement, eyes narrowing, paws gripping the handle firmly. Then, thud, the hammer struck the ground beside the piglet, sending dust flying. The piglet jumped in fright, ears twitching. The cat only chuckled, lowering the mallet as if nothing had happened. Just a game, it said, nothing to worry about. But for the first time, the piglet felt uneasy. Something was wrong. The cat's idea of fun was strange, unsettling. A seed of doubt planted itself in the piglet's heart. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the piglet decided to leave. It climbed onto a small bicycle and pedaled as fast as its little legs would allow. Desperate to escape, the wind rushed past its ears. The gravel road rattled beneath the wheels. It thought, for a brief moment, that it was finally free. But then, a shadow loomed behind it. Soft paws rested on the handlebars. A voice purred close to its ear. Going somewhere? The piglet's heart pounded. The bike was no longer under its control. It had never been. And then, darkness. The village was quiet the next morning. The piglet was nowhere to be found. But in a cozy little kitchen, the scent of a rich, simmering broth filled the air. The fire crackled, the pot bubbled, steam curling lazily toward the ceiling. A careful paw stirred the stew, adjusting the seasoning, making sure everything was just right. The cat, now wearing a checkered apron, moved with practiced ease. It set the table, arranging the dishes neatly, pouring a glass of wine. Dinner was served, a golden, glistening dish, its surface slick with sauce, sat in the center of the table. The cat picked up a piece, taking a slow, deliberate bite. Then, as its gaze lowered, it noticed something at the edge of the plate. A tiny, familiar-looking bone. Silence filled the room. The cat tilted its head, observing the remains, then smiled. A meal worth remembering. Because, in the end, befriending a cat only ever leads to one outcome. The screen fades to black. And in the silence, one final lesson lingers. Not all friendships are safe. Some come into your life not to play, but to feast.